Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end, you won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. Have you ever stopped to really look at the coins you use every day? That shiny quarter you hand over for a snack or find in your car cup holder might just be worth far more than its face value. Today, we dive into one such ordinary-looking yet potentially extraordinary coin, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. This coin is part of a series that has a rich legacy in American history. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the Washington quarter quickly became a symbol of both patriotism and change. But something happened in 1965 that changed everything. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint was forced to make a major decision. They stopped using silver in regular circulation coins and replaced it with a copper-nickel-clad composition starting in 1965. The 1965 quarter was the very first clad quarter ever made. It marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. This shift wasn't just a simple change in metal, it opened the door for a number of rare minting errors and variations that collectors still chase today. Though hundreds of millions of 1965 quarters were struck, a tiny fraction holds immense value. The question is, what makes these few coins worth thousands, or even more? When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is key. But rarity doesn't always mean low mintage. Sometimes, it means a coin is rare because of an error, a unique feature, or even a simple twist of fate that makes it different from the rest. One of the most famous anomalies related to the 1965 quarter is the existence of coins that were mistakenly struck on silver planchets. Yes, even though 1965 was the first year for clad quarters, a few were accidentally struck using leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. Silver 1965 quarters are not only rare, they're a collector's dream. They look similar to regular ones, but their color, weight, and sound set them apart. They weigh slightly more and produce a more ringing sound when dropped. Many of these silver era quarters went unnoticed at the time. People were still adjusting to the new coin materials, and unless someone was paying close attention, the mistake could easily be missed. Aside from composition errors, there are also known double die varieties. These are coins where the images or lettering on the coin appear doubled, the result of a slight misalignment during the minting process. Some 1965 quarters also feature off-center strikes, where the design doesn't fully align with the edge of the coin. Others might show missing details or weak strikes caused by worn dies. These details may seem minor, but in the eyes of collectors, they're priceless. But one thing is clear, condition plays a huge role in determining value. A 1965 quarter that has been in circulation and is scratched or worn won't fetch much. But a coin that has never been used, a mint state coin, is a whole different story. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC grade these coins on a scale from 1 to 70. A grade above MS65 is considered gem quality and is highly sought after. The higher the grade, the fewer such coins exist. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks like it was just minted yesterday, even though it's over 50 years old. That's the kind of quarter that can fetch premium prices. The luster of a well-preserved 1965 quarter is dazzling. Under proper light, it reflects in a circular, cartwheel pattern. Combine this with flawless surfaces and no visible wear, and you have a serious contender for high value. Let's not forget about strike quality. Even among mint state coins, not all are created equal. Some have stronger, sharper details. This especially matters when looking at Washington's hairlines or the feathers on the eagle's wings. Then there's the matter of full rims. A coin with a strong, complete rim and clean edges is always more valuable than one with wear or flattening around the borders. Collectors also look for so-called SMS or special mint sets, which were issued in 1965 due to the temporary halt of proof sets. These coins are shinier and have more detail than regular business strikes. Some 1965 SMS quarters are known to be incredibly rare. Even among SMS coins, there are differences. Some may have frosted designs or cameo-like contrasts, making them stand out even more in the eyes of serious collectors. What makes the 1965 quarter especially interesting is its place in monetary history. It's not just a coin, it's a marker of economic transformation, metal shortages, and evolving minting practices. Every now and then, stories emerge of people discovering rare 1965 quarters in old jars, inherited coin collections, or even change from a vending machine. These discoveries aren't myths, they're real, and they're happening to everyday people. You may be wondering, how do I find one? It starts with knowledge and patience. Examine coins carefully, look for weight differences, silver coloring, and any striking irregularities. You think you've found something special, have it evaluated by a professional grading service. That small fee could turn a 25-cent coin into a life-changing reward, and in the world of coin collecting, timing is everything. Rare 1965 quarters, especially in high grade or with documented minting errors, have seen their values rise steadily over the years. Auction records show that serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add one of these rare coins to their collection. The demand is real, and so is the value. The beauty of coin collecting is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need a treasure map, just a sharp eye, a bit of patience, and maybe some luck. Your next valuable coin could be hiding in plain sight, and now, for the moment you've been waiting for. One stunning example of a 1965 Washington quarter dollar, featuring a mint error and preserved in exceptional mint state condition, was sold for a jaw-dropping amount. This particular coin commanded an extraordinary value of $185,000. Top 2. Have you ever looked at a quarter and wondered if it could be more than just spare change? What if I told you that a simple 25-cent coin in your pocket could be worth a small fortune? Yes, that's the mystery and magic of rare coins like the 1967 Washington quarter. At first glance, the 1967 quarter might look like any other coin you've seen 1,000 times. Same profile of George Washington on the front. Same majestic eagle on the reverse. But sometimes, hidden beneath the surface of an ordinary-looking coin lies something extraordinary. The Washington Quarter series has been in circulation since 1932, originally crafted to celebrate the 200th birthday of America's first president. But the year 1967 brought with it major changes, both in how coins were made and in how they were perceived. Just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major shift. It stopped using silver in quarters and instead introduced a copper-nickel-clad version. The goal? To reduce costs during a time of rising silver prices. But this change set the stage for many rare and valuable coin varieties. The 1967 Washington quarter is part of this clad coin era, and although millions were produced, certain examples are worth more than their weight in gold, literally. The key lies in the details, errors, conditions, and characteristics that make a coin unique. What's fascinating about the 1967 quarter is that no mint marks were used that year. So, every coin produced at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints carried no specific indication of its origin. That small decision adds to the mystery and challenge of collecting these coins. Another thing that makes the 1967 quarter interesting is that it was issued during a period when the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped producing proof sets and replaced them with something called special mint sets, or SMS. These special mint sets had better quality than circulating coins but weren't quite proof level. Coins from these sets have sharper details and more luster, making them highly collectible, especially when preserved properly over the decades. But what really drives value in a 1967 quarter is the possibility of minting errors. These include doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. Each of these errors can turn a common coin into a collectible gem. Some of the most sought-after errors are doubled die obverse varieties, where the letters and numbers appear to be duplicated due to a misalignment during the striking process. If your coin shows doubling in the date or the word Liberty, you may be holding something extremely valuable. Another rare type is a transitional error. Occasionally, leftover silver planchets from 1964 were mistakenly used after the transition to copper-nickel. If a 1967 quarter was accidentally struck on one of those silver blanks, that coin would be a true treasure. There are also reports of coins struck on foreign planchets or blanks meant for dimes. These error coins are lightweight and slightly off in size, and they're worth hunting for. The best way to start is by examining the edge of the coin. If you don't see the usual copper streaks on the side and the coin feels heavier, it might be struck on a silver or foreign planchet. And that could mean a serious payday, but even regular 1967 quarters, if preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, can command big prices. A coin graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Why? Because finding a coin that has survived over 55 years without scratches, marks, or signs of wear is incredibly rare. Most quarters have passed through countless hands and coin machines, losing their pristine appearance. High-grade examples from special mint sets are especially valuable. Their sharp details, clear luster, and mirror-like surfaces attract serious collectors who are willing to pay a premium. In coin collecting, it's all about rarity, demand, and condition. And the 1967 quarter ticks all those boxes if you find the right version. The thrill of finding one in your own collection is unlike anything else. Imagine searching through your old coin jars, a family heirloom, or a forgotten piggy bank, only to discover a quarter that could change your life. These stories are not just dreams, they've happened before, and they can happen again. Collectors have shared tales of discovering rare coins in the most unexpected places. From flea markets to garage sales, treasures sometimes lie in the last place you'd think to look. And remember, always check your change. That one quarter you almost overlooked could be worth far more than 25 cents. You think you've found a rare 1967 quarter? Get it professionally evaluated. Certification not only confirms authenticity but also boosts its value significantly in the market. Online coin auctions and numismatic marketplaces regularly see high bids for rare 1967 quarters with grading errors or unique features. The excitement of such sales has turned casual coin hunters into serious collectors. If you're just starting your coin collecting journey, the Washington Quarter Series is a great place to begin. It's filled with history, design beauty, and valuable surprises like the one we're exploring today. The eagle design on the reverse, by the talented John Flanagan, adds to the charm of the series. The strong lines, spread wings, and olive branches speak of peace, strength, and American pride. And with coins like the 1967 quarter, you don't just hold metal, you hold a story, a piece of history, and potentially a fortune in your hand. Always keep a magnifying glass handy, especially when inspecting older quarters. A tiny detail missed by most people could mean the difference between a regular coin and a rare treasure. From coin shows to online communities, collectors love sharing their discoveries, and the 1967 quarter often takes center stage in those conversations. So, what is the highest value a 1967 Washington quarter has ever sold for? You'll be amazed to learn that one particularly stunning coin, minted with a rare error and preserved in impeccable condition, sold at auction for an unbelievable price of $175,000. Top 3. Have you ever held a coin that seemed just like every other, yet had the potential to be worth tens of thousands of dollars? You might want to take a second look at your pocket change, especially if it includes a 1991 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, the 1991 quarter doesn't appear any different from millions of others in circulation. It features the familiar image of George Washington on the front, and the iconic eagle on the reverse. But hidden among these ordinary coins are a few rare gems that collectors are desperately seeking. The Washington Quarter Series has a rich history, starting in 1932, designed to honor the 200th birthday of America's first president. Over the decades, subtle changes and minting quirks have made certain years highly collectible, and 1991 is no exception. You might be surprised to learn that 1991 quarters were struck at 3 different U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its own mark, literally. The P, D, or S mint marks can reveal clues about the coin's rarity, the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced standard circulation coins in high numbers, but some of those coins have minting errors that skyrocket their value. And the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, intended only for collectors, which can be worth much more under the right conditions. Now let's talk about what makes a 1991 quarter more than just a coin. The most valuable ones are either in exceptional condition, like MS-67 or higher, or contain rare minting errors that make them stand out from the rest. One of the most famous types of valuable quarters is the double die error. These errors occur when the die that stamps the coin design onto a blank shifts slightly between strikes, creating a noticeable doubling effect, especially in the date or lettering. You ever spot a 1991 quarter where the word Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date appears to be slightly shadowed or doubled? Don't ignore it. You might be holding something incredibly valuable. Another valuable error to look out for is an off-center strike. These are coins where the design is not perfectly aligned during the stamping process, leaving part of the image missing or off balance. Depending on how dramatic the misalignment is, values can climb significantly. Then there are quarters struck on the wrong planchet. That means a 1991 quarter might have been mistakenly minted on a coin blank meant for a penny, dime, or even a foreign coin. These errors are incredibly rare and fetch high prices at auctions. Even coins that were struck normally but preserved in pristine condition over the years can be worth a fortune. It's not easy to find a 1991 quarter that hasn't been scratched, worn, or tarnished after decades in circulation. Collectors and grading companies look for sharp details, perfect surfaces, and that original mint luster. The higher the grade on the Sheldon scale, the more money the coin is worth, especially once it crosses into the MS-67 and MS-68 range. A regular 1991 quarter in average circulated condition may only be worth its face value. But in uncirculated condition, or with a rare error, it becomes something truly special. San Francisco minted proof quarters are also worth watching for. These coins were struck with extra care, often multiple times, and feature a brilliant mirror-like background with frosted details. They were sold in sets, not released into circulation, but sometimes, these proof coins accidentally escape into general use, or people spend them without realizing what they have. If you find a proof coin with an S mint mark in your change, you could be in luck. The condition of proof coins also matters greatly. The closer to PR70, the higher the value. A flawless proof 1991 quarter is highly prized among numismatists. So, how do you know if your coin is valuable? You can begin by inspecting it under a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering, date, and edges. Check the coin's weight and feel. Any irregularities could point to a valuable error. Coin collecting is not just about money. It's about uncovering history, appreciating art, and discovering treasure in the most unexpected places. Like your own coin jar, every coin has a story. Some were passed from hand to hand during everyday purchases, while others sat untouched in albums or drawers, waiting for someone to recognize their hidden potential. The 1991 quarter represents an era of change and transition in American coinage. Although the design remained consistent, advances in minting technology led to new kinds of collectible errors and varieties. Some collectors focus only on quarters, building entire sets of each year and mint mark combination. Others hunt for rare anomalies. Either way, the 1991 coin is a key piece in any serious collection, and as more people enter the world of coin collecting, the demand for high-grade and rare coins continues to rise. That's part of what makes these quarters so valuable today. In fact, auctions and private sales have seen some 1991 quarters with dramatic minting errors or near-perfect condition sell for thousands of dollars, especially when verified by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. If you suspect your coin is rare, don't try to clean or polish it. That can reduce its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and have it evaluated by a professional. Coin shows, online forums, and collector groups are great places to learn more and get opinions from experts. You'd be amazed at how helpful the coin collecting community can be. Finding a rare 1991 quarter isn't just a dream, it's a possibility. And with careful searching, a little knowledge, and a lot of curiosity, you might just uncover one yourself. So the next time you're counting your change, take a moment to flip through those quarters. One of them could be more than just a piece of metal, it could be a hidden treasure, and now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among the 1991 Washington quarters, there exists one rare specimen, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in immaculate condition, that shocked collectors and enthusiasts alike when it sold for an eye-popping $76,000. Top 4. Every once in a while, a coin comes along that transforms an ordinary pocket change into a piece of numismatic legend. Today, we're diving deep into one such coin, the 1994 Washington quarter dollar from the United States of America. The Washington quarter is no stranger to coin collectors. Since its introduction in 1932, it has become one of the most iconic coins in American currency. But what makes the 1994 version so special? Why are collectors and enthusiasts still hunting for this specific year? At first glance, the 1994 quarter looks just like any other, same portrait of George Washington, same eagle on the reverse, same overall size and color. But within this year's mintage lies a combination of history, rarity, and incredible value. The 1994 quarters were minted in 3 key locations: Philadelphia, marked with a P, Denver, with a D, and San Francisco, with an S. Each mint brought its own production quirks and collector opportunities. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints were responsible for the majority of the circulation coins, it's the errors and perfect condition examples from these locations that have caught the attention of the numismatic world. San Francisco's mint, on the other hand, focused primarily on proof coins, made with mirror-like finishes and extremely sharp detail. These were meant for collectors, but sometimes they make their way into circulation, and that's when things get interesting. Let's not forget, 1994 was a time before digital currency took over. Coins were used daily, and because of that, most of the 1994 quarters show signs of heavy wear. That's what makes mint condition examples, untouched, crisp, and shining, so rare and valuable today. Some of the most sought-after 1994 quarters are those that never saw the inside of a pocket, wallet, or coin jar. These are the coins preserved right from the mint, untouched by time or human handling. Another reason the 1994 quarter has become a collector's favorite is due to the potential for striking errors. A coin with an error isn't a mistake, it's a masterpiece in the eyes of a collector. Imagine a quarter that's been double struck, or has off-center imagery, or even one that was minted on the wrong planchet. These kinds of errors can turn a 25-cent coin into something worth thousands. Some 1994 quarters exhibit die cracks, missing layers, or rotated dies. These imperfections are not flaws, they're golden tickets for collectors who crave uniqueness and rarity. Let's talk about one of the most fascinating error types, the off-metal strike. This happens when a quarter is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, like a nickel or penny. These coins are extremely rare and command premium prices at auctions. Then there's the coveted full strike, a 1994 quarter where every detail, from the ridges on the edge to the feathers on the eagle's wings, appears flawless. These coins, when graded MS67 or higher, are a collector's dream. Grading plays a major role in the value of any coin. The Sheldon scale, which runs from 1 to 70, determines the condition of a coin. A 1994 quarter graded MS65 is nice. MS66 is better. But MS67 or MS68? That's where the real money starts to flow. Now here's where things get really exciting. In recent years, collectors have uncovered rare varieties of the 1994 quarter that include double dies and die break errors, features that are extremely hard to find but massively valuable. These aren't just rumors. There are verified examples sold through major auction houses where 1994 quarters have fetched impressive amounts thanks to their condition, rarity, or unusual characteristics. Even proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, if they come with frosted designs and perfect mirror backgrounds, and especially if graded PR70, can easily bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But it's not only about the errors or mint marks. The demand from collectors and investors alike has helped push the value of high-quality 1994 quarters into the stratosphere. Some people spend years searching through rolls of quarters, visiting coin shows, and attending estate sales just to get their hands on a rare 1994 piece. The thrill of the hunt is part of the joy of coin collecting, and let's not forget, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it can be a solid investment. Over time, coins like the 1994 quarter continue to rise in value as their availability declines and demand increases. Even more exciting is the fact that many of these rare coins are still out there, sitting in jars, tucked away in drawers, or being passed from hand to hand in everyday transactions without anyone realizing their hidden worth. What makes coins like the 1994 Washington quarter so thrilling? Anyone could find one. It doesn't matter if you're a professional collector or a curious beginner, the treasure is out there, waiting to be found. So the next time you're at the grocery store, paying for a coffee, or sorting through your spare change, take a closer look at your quarters. One of them might just change your life. The coin collecting community is buzzing more than ever before. Online auctions, grading services, and coin trading platforms have made it easier than ever to discover, evaluate, and sell these hidden gems. If you do find a 1994 quarter that looks out of the ordinary, or is in near perfect condition, don't hesitate. Protect it immediately and get it evaluated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Never clean a coin you suspect is valuable. Cleaning can reduce the value significantly. The natural patina and condition as found are part of what makes a coin unique and desirable. Owning a valuable coin is like holding a piece of history in your hand. It's a small, tangible link to the past, full of mystery and potential, and it's a thrill that never gets old. And now, let's talk about the moment you've been waiting for. Among all the 1994 Washington quarter dollars ever minted, there exists one exceptionally rare specimen, featuring a rare mint error, preserved in pristine condition, and graded at the highest tier. That stunned the collecting world when it was sold for a jaw-dropping $163,000. Top 5. In the world of coin collecting, there are some coins that fly under the radar, quietly circulating in our everyday lives, unnoticed and unrecognized. But hidden among them are rare gems worth far more than their face value. One such coin is the 1998 Washington quarter dollar from the United States of America. At first glance, the 1998 quarter seems like just another piece of pocket change. It features the familiar face of George Washington on the obverse and the eagle design on the reverse. Millions of these quarters were minted and spent daily. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. As collectors know, what makes a coin truly special isn't just the year it was minted, it's the condition, the errors, and the story behind it. And the 1998 quarter is full of surprises for those who know what to look for. This year marked the final full year before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the 50-state quarters program in 1999. That means the 1998 quarter represents the last of an era, a symbolic end to the traditional eagle reverse design that had graced the coin for decades. Coins from transitional years are often popular with collectors, but the 1998 Washington quarter takes it a step further. Certain examples of this coin have become immensely valuable due to minting errors, extremely high grades, and unusual anomalies. The quarters minted in Philadelphia bear the P Mint mark, while those struck in Denver are marked with a D. Both versions are collectible in their own right, but some hold rare features that elevate them to legendary status. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1998 quarter is its die varieties. In rare cases, coins were struck using dies that were misaligned or had been overused, resulting in coins with doubling, extra metal, or distorted images. These rare errors are not always easy to spot. Sometimes it's a slightly off-center strike. Other times, it's a doubling in the letters of liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." But to a trained eye, or even a lucky beginner, these differences can mean the difference between 25 cents and thousands of dollars. Even more exciting is the chance of finding a transitional error, when a coin is accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal planchet. Though uncommon in 1998, such errors have occurred in the past and continue to surface unexpectedly. Some 1998 quarters have been discovered with proof-like qualities even though they were never intended as proof coins. These high-luster coins exhibit sharp detail and a mirror finish, making them particularly attractive to collectors. A quarter from 1998 that was preserved in exceptional condition, showing no signs of wear, scratches, or handling marks, can command a premium price. In the world of coin grading, that's referred to as a mint state condition. Grading agencies such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, use a scale from 1 to 70 to determine a coin's condition. A 1998 quarter graded MS67 or higher is already a valuable find, but a coin graded MS69 or MS70, almost perfect in every way, is like striking gold. These ultra-high-grade coins are incredibly rare, as they represent only a tiny fraction of all 1998 quarters produced. Collectors and dealers across the country actively seek out these coins. Some even go through thousands of quarters, hoping to find that one perfect specimen. It's like searching for buried treasure in plain sight. Even average collectors now use tools like magnifying glasses, coin scales, and grading guides to examine every quarter they come across. The excitement lies in the unknown. Any one of these coins could be the jackpot. Interestingly, some of the most valuable 1998 quarters aren't flashy at all. They look like ordinary coins, but once graded, they reveal flawless surfaces, sharp edges, and centered strikes that make them stand out under close inspection. Sometimes, the most valuable coins are those that went unnoticed for years, stored away in coin jars, passed down through generations, or picked up as change without anyone realizing their true worth. In auctions and private sales, these rare 1998 quarters have stunned collectors with their prices. Whether due to an off-metal strike, a minting error, or pristine condition, these coins have sold for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars. Collectors love the chase. The idea that you could find a rare 1998 quarter in your own collection or pocket change is what makes this hobby so thrilling. And the best part is, you don't need to be a professional to spot one. If you come across a shiny 1998 quarter with no visible wear, check the details closely. Is the strike perfectly centered? Are the letters sharp and clear? Are there any doubling effects or unusual surfaces? These are clues that your coin might be something extraordinary, and if you suspect your quarter could be rare, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and consider sending it to a certified grading service for evaluation. The joy of coin collecting isn't just about value, it's about discovery. It's about uncovering history in the palm of your hand and appreciating the beauty and craftsmanship of something so small, yet so significant, as so many of us have old coins tucked away in drawers, piggy banks, or inherited collections. It's time to take a closer look. The 1998 quarter could be among them, waiting for someone like you to recognize its worth. Coin dealers, auction houses, and online marketplaces are always on the lookout for these high-grade or rarer coins. If you have one, you might just be holding the next big headline in the coin world. Across the globe, collectors are paying top dollar for the finest examples of the 1998 Washington quarter. Some have already made history, and one specific quarter stands out above the rest. This particular coin, a 1998 Washington quarter dollar, was discovered in flawless condition, free of blemishes, and featuring an unusual error that caught the attention of top numismatists. After being professionally graded and authenticated, this single coin was auctioned at a major event, stunning both collectors and experts alike with its final hammer price. And now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. This exceptional and rare 1998 Washington quarter dollar was sold for a jaw-dropping price of $176,000.